Sun, chariot of fire, burning with desire as he runs the race. Half light, the moon is always knowing.
Which chakra system is your particular individual design in this life meant to line up with and is currently leading from? In human design, they have a core root chakra that one person is leading in. You don't necessarily have to study human design to figure out which one yours is, because we can be intuitive, smart beings to examine our life and figure it out. And this video is on how to understand what it means to be rooted from a specific chakra in your lifetime, and also information on how to figure out which one you may be living from. Now, the first thing that I want to say about this is I'm not talking about that one chakra that a particular person is currently the best at. We can be the most expanded or open in a particular chakra, but that does not mean that this is the chakra that you are actually the most rooted in your life. And this is what can confuse people. When it comes to the chakra that you are most rooted in, what does that mean? Why is it important? I'll give you an example. If somebody is the most rooted in the sacral chakra, throughout their life, and especially in childhood and rising up in those teen years and adulthood, they're gonna struggle the very most with the sacral chakra reality to consciousness. They're gonna struggle with being liked. They're gonna struggle with their sexuality. They're gonna struggle with shame. They're gonna struggle with belonging. They're gonna struggle with human connection. They're probably gonna struggle with things like being scapegoated. They're gonna struggle with things like being committed to life or having life be good and feel good for them. These are all sacral chakra levels to reality. Every single chakra actually can be applied to all of these different truths and all of these different levels of reality, but when you're looking through it from the sacral chakra, it adds a different wisdom, a different level of truth, and a different perspective and teaching that the other chakras wouldn't look at that same thing like boundaries from. But then there's these specific areas, like root chakra is really about boundaries and about survival. There's these specific levels of truths to each chakra that are very much what that chakra system is rooted in and what is most about. But any single teaching or system within the universe can be applied to all the different chakras and seen from all the perspectives of those chakras. The reason that I'm saying that you would be struggling the very most with that chakra you're actually the most rooted in your system is because that is what you're meant to overcome in your life experience, and that is what you're meant to move in the direction of for the highest form of expansion, for the highest form of your own personal truth, and for the highest form of you bringing to this world what you are meant to bring to this world. It will bring about the experiences you need to have, and it will bring about the expansion and truth that you need to bring to this world. As they may be struggling the very most with the chakra that they're rooted in, it is their journey to move through those blocks and struggles and to start finding out that those things that they've struggled at the very most are also the things that are most natural to the personality and are the things that they're actually the best at the end of the day, and the things that actually come natural to them. So that very same person may be someone who really needs deep rooted connections in their life, and a huge part of their life is going to be based on relationships and connections to people and building widespread connections with people where they're liked. That same person is going to have an affinity for all of those things that they actually struggled in because they are meant to overcome them. That same person even when they still may have blocks in the sacral chakra and blocks in places where they're meant to overcome, they might start noticing that they have an affinity for the sacral chakra where they're really open to the pleasure of reality, where they can really fully let themselves be lost in the experience of nature or of the senses or of all of those things that secretly connect us to other and to life in and of itself, that they can have a passion and a joy for life in and of itself, get lost in experiences, be fully present and aware with the experiences at hand, find full pleasure and volume in those experiences, and really allow themselves to play like a child and to have a personality where they can be really silly and play and this and that. That dichotomy is somebody who's rooted in the sacral chakra and who is meant to go and honor the sacral chakra even more throughout their life experience by owning their sexuality fully and healing their sexuality fully, by creating incredible relationships where they're liked and loved with many people and with community in and of itself. That is somebody who is meant to bring the medicine of the sacral chakra to this world and to bring their truth, their medicine to this world. They must overcome the blocks that they're going to face throughout their life from that same chakra system. Another person may be all about power. Maybe that person is all about claiming personal power, and maybe they've struggled the very most with powerlessness. Another person may be all about loved and being totally connected on a heart space level, on a level where it's all about being connected and being embraced and being seen and being unconditionally loved and creating really deep forms of love on a heart chakra level. And that same person is going to struggle with the opposite. Somebody who's rooted in the root chakra level of reality may have really struggled with things like money and boundaries and survival in childhood. And they are meant to create a reality where they have amazing boundaries and where they create stability in their life enough to not struggle with anything survival related ever again, and to be a warrior, so to speak, that can overcome and thrive on a physical dimensional level of resource and quality of the physical things in their life, that they can master that teaching of the root chakra fully throughout their life. Just by figuring out what you've struggled with the very most, what level of reality you've struggled with the very most, and what things you also seem to keep on going in the direction of and having affinity for, you can figure out where you're rooted in your chakra system.